Hello, what's your name?
So my name is Mr. Escalona, and I teach photography at the high school.
Okay, so what are your visions for your students?
So my vision for my students is that I try really hard to get them to push themselves out of their comfort zone. So my class is a really nice hybrid between technical and fine art. So in my class, like we talk a lot about technical stuff, and I teach them how the camera works, and I teach them how to edit. But it's also a fine arts class, so we kind of look at photography through an arts perspective. So I really, really try hard to have my students kind of see where that line is in the sand and try to give them enough confidence with photography and creativity that they're willing to kind of push themselves to step over that
Okay,
line.
so what are you trying to like teach your students in your class?
So probably a combination of technical and creativity. So technical wise, our cameras, I teach them how to shoot manual. So like we learn about how the camera works. We learn about shutter speed and f-stop and ISO. I teach them how to use Photoshop. So we learn all the basics and kind of advanced kind of photo editing kind of techniques. But also, I think the big thing I try to do is try to teach them how to think abstractly. So it's that idea that we don't want to just see things for how they are. We kind of want to like try to find deeper meaning and try to figure out why we're making the things we are making. So kind of how to think abstractly.
So, like, what are you trying to do in order to make like your students like advance, become better than what they were when they like came into your class?
So I feel like I do that a lot through our projects. So my class is really project based, and I keep the projects pretty open-ended. So when I tell them, like when I go over my rubric or like what I'm looking for in terms of grading, I kind of give them, like I'm looking for technical stuff, but I kind of keep what the pictures are about to be a little bit more open-ended because I want all of you to tell me what do you think the pictures are about.
And finally, do you like think your job impacts like the students' lives and your own life maybe?
Yeah, I would say so. I always say that if I can at least have one student walk away with something that they learned from the class, then I would consider myself to be pretty successful. And I love when students come back to me and they tell me, Mr. Escalona, I'm seeing things differently now. So like when they're walking around, they're actually noticing the world around them instead of just looking down at their phones from like taking so many pictures in class. They're like telling me, they come next day and they're like, I was walking in the park and I saw like the nicest sunset or like a bird in the water or something. I really wish I had a camera to take a picture of. So the fact that they're telling me that they're looking up and actually like looking around, I think is pretty impactful. So that's how I know I'm making a difference.